For just the second time ever, a 16 beats a 1.
Cedric are their best free throw shooter.
Clark in a straight jacket.
Oh, he didn't need to do that.
He threw it away. Ping, Pagis.
Can't wait.
When it comes to talking sports, they're the authority. It's Bob Walters and Brett Grasso. It's Locked Up Sports, and it starts now.
Bring them out, hey. Bring them out, bring them out, yeah. Bring them out, hey. Bring them out.
Here we go. Bob Walters, Brett Grasso, from the Brian Gunzel Studios. This is Locked Up Sports. We got a big one for you today. 3 double-digit seeds out yesterday in the first day of the tournament. Aaron Rodgers one step closer to becoming a New York Jet. And Diaz gets the save, but the Mets lose. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Brett, welcome to the show.
What's going on?
You know what? These are the
What a rough week.
rough
Mets fans.
Rough doesn't even describe it.
Here we go. I mean, we're used to this, but
On the morning of the first of my 4 favorite days of the year, the NCAA tournament, the first 2 rounds, basketball wall to wall, the bottom fell out of the Mets baseball season.
I couldn't even sleep. I saw it right before I went to bed. I worked like a double. I got home and I saw that one, and now I'm like watching the video to be like, let me see it. Like, let me see him coming
It was terrible.
on.
It was terrible. And you know what? I told you so. I told you so, because it's the WBC. I'm so sick of the WBC. Listen, this is a made-up tournament. It's one of the few things that the players are more interested than the fans in. The fans, I mean, at least in this country here, don't care. Nobody cares about this thing. It's not even real baseball. It's not seeped in tradition, right? Why don't you play in the Olympics?
I don't have a problem with any type of sporting tournament in any way. I play it anytime, but I don't think the time to play it is in the middle of spring training to go out and ask guys to go out and play at a playoff level when they haven't even gotten ready for the season yet.
If I'm Steve Cohen, I'm on the phone the next day calling them back. Get your ass back here. We're not doing this anymore.
I mean, but it didn't even happen with them playing baseball. It happened with them celebrating.
What are you saying? They're celebrating the quarterfinals.
It wasn't the finals. It was the quarterfinal. I mean, I guess Dominican Republic team is good. Like I said, I don't follow this thing, so I can't even intelligently speak on it. Big win.
It was a big win. I guess he got the save, his last save of the year. I mean, come on.
8 months. Patellar tendon.
8 months.
8 months.
Just like that, jumping up and down. You know what?
They said he'd be ready just in time for the World Baseball Classic.
Listen, if he's going to get hurt doing that during the time of spring training, have it do. Remember last year when the Mets did the practice to win the World Series? Get hurt doing it there. At least do it in spring training. At least do it in camp. I can't. The Baseball Classic, and you know what? If anything, I feel justified in the fact that I hate it. And you know what, Puerto Rico? Because now you lost Diaz. Now you're not going to win the whole thing, right? Find somewhere else to run your parade, because you're not welcome in this city anymore. And don't even bother trying to become a country either. I mean, a state, the 51st state. We'll get somebody else to be the 51st state.
Well, you know, he's got to come back and win a World Series. He's still got a couple more years on his contract.
You know he's never going to be the same. You know it. He's going to come back and he's not going to be the same.
Of course. It's a bad injury.
Come on. What are you doing? I knew it was going to happen. And
do the Mets go out and just make a move right away?
No,
do they go try and do something? Or do they panic move?
Listen,
or do they wait around, see how it goes, wait until the deadline when someone becomes available? Yeah, maybe even someone else that you never even heard of is all of a sudden the guy with the golden arm. It happens.
Yeah, do you think they look at the luck the Mets have, Brett?
No, not on the Mets. Not on the Mets. I'm saying somewhere else in the league.
You think they're going to find the guy with the golden arm?
No, I'm saying every year there's a reliever that comes out of the woodwork. That I'm not talking about some Cy Young winner, but I'm talking about a guy who is out of nowhere, is just lights out, shutting people down for 1 inning. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't done it. He's always had the stuff.
Yeah, and you know how hard it is to find that guy?
That's every reliever.
You know how long we looked for Diaz?
No, we're not going to. No, it's not. That's going to cost us an arm and a leg. That's going to be our trade deadline or leading up to it. I imagine, depending on how it goes. I mean, we have
They have big offense. They can outscore. Listen, you got to outscore people. Maybe put another bat in the lineup.
Yeah, baseball's
maybe just do it by committee.
Baseball, not really. A lot of these games are going to be, 2-3 run games, no matter what. No matter how much offense you put up, it's not going to be 10-1 every night.
And then on top of it,
look at the division you're playing in. That doesn't work that way.
No, and I
look
get
at the
it.
pitching you're going against every night and the lineups you're going against. It's not going to be some cakewalk. This is going to be, honestly, some of the best baseball and hardest fought baseball the NL East or any division seen in a while.
Well, I mean, listen. We finally got a good closer, a great, borderline great closer last year. Okay, they pay him $20 million a year. He gets his big contract. He busts up his knee, tears up his knee.
Gone.
I mean, what are you doing in this? Jumping up and down on the quarterfinal in the quarterfinal game. I mean, come on. What are you doing? And you know what? He'll never be the same. We found the guy with the golden arm. He's never going to be the same. He's not.
Would you
8 months?
Like, this stuff happens, but in the way of, would you rather it happen of him playing in the World Baseball Classic, or would you rather him be like he was out jet skiing or skydiving or something that?
Honestly, listen.
What?
I'd be just as mad at the jet skiing thing.
Doesn't matter. It's just the injury. You're just upset, right?
No.
You're just upset about this whole thing.
Yeah.
This whole thing. It's not even about the World Baseball Classic.
I couldn't even enjoy the damn NCAA tournament yesterday because of the Mets.
He could have tripped over the bat. If he tripped over the bat boy,
tripped on a bat.
The bat boy dropped the bat.
And then on top of it, all these players are playing in they're just getting used to the new rules, right? They're just getting used to the new rules, and now they go play in this tournament that's the end all be all for them, and it's not even the rules. So they're not even using the new pitch clocks. They're not even now. They get back in their old habits.
It's going to be hard adjusting to different size bases. I understand.
And first of all, the MLB runs the World Baseball Classic, right? Why the hell aren't they playing with the new rules? What are we doing? So the whole thing's a disaster. I won't even. What are they in? Is USA still in it? I don't even know.
Is USA still in it? Let's find out. You know what? You didn't want to do World Baseball Classic. I thought this is as far as we were going.
No, this is what we're going to do.
We're doing
World Baseball Classic.
Now we want to know who's in it?
Now we're doing World Baseball Classic because I'm fed up with the damn thing.
Let's find out.
Is anybody watching? You don't even know, Brett. You don't even know.
What? No, I don't know.
And you know what?
I know Puerto Rico's in the quarterfinals. I can tell you that much, and they're really happy about it. They're super excited about being there.
And you know what?
They're all very upset on the field. First of all, I really, honestly, how bad do you feel for Edwin Diaz, of all people? Like, the guy just had the season of his life. He's looking forward. He committed to the Mets. He wants to win this World Championship here. He really does. And the guy now is out.
No, he doesn't. He would rather win.
No, that's not true.
If he really wanted to win the World Series here, right?
That's not true.
He came here because they gave him the most money. So let's be real about that. That's why they all come here. None of these players care about
anybody would have given Edwin Diaz that same contract.
His teammate Lindor was posting highlights of the game an hour after it happened. So don't tell me any of them care about whether the Mets in the World Series. They're not Mets fans, right? They're not. You think Scherzer cares or Verlander cares about the Mets? No,
I don't.
No, they don't.
No, I don't. Actually,
and Diaz
I don't think either one of them.
I don't think anybody lost a wink of sleep.
It doesn't work that way for them. Diaz is a guy who came to play the same way they're playing for Puerto Rico to come play with his buddies. They have committed a lot more to their friends and their buddies to winning a championship with them, I think, and now it just happens to be a Mets uniform, and I do think they are super committed to the Mets.
What's the lore?
But that's not about them looking at we like the Mets history. They go, we are making Mets history on our own, and we're going to form our own, team with guys that are, honestly, a lot of them from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but they don't give two what's about the Mets. And like the Mets, they just don't. And none of the players do. I get that. That's why in football they traded jerseys. Like, you're supposed to, the Giants are supposed to hate the Cowboys, right? We hate the Cowboys. We hate the Eagles. We hate the Phillies. Edwin Diaz doesn't hate the Phillies.
I think they are getting there. I really think Lindor is like that type of guy.
Lindor was posting highlights of the game 20 minutes after the end of the game. After his closer just went down.
He I don't know. This is the beginning of the pub. This isn't. You can't just become a Met and love to be a Met and start rivalries. These guys just got here. I know Diaz has been here a little bit longer, but this is about to happen over the next 5 to 6 to 7 years. This is created. This doesn't just this is about, yes, it is. They are going to become Mets and like that in a way. And let's hope, based on this year and going through the postseason and huge moments and getting angry at teams and having arguments with other teams and things happening in a heated, close series, that I think this is like the beginning of someone like Lindor and Diaz and obviously Alonso and Nimmo and McNeil. And these guys signed up. Yeah, maybe it just is because it happens to be the Mets, but they're going to become Mets.
Not going to be much of a rivalry when you can't close out the ninth inning. When Adam Ottavino's giving up three,
next man up.
When Adam Ottavino's giving up 3-run home runs,
and then you go out and then you have Brooks Riley come out. And listen, those are guys who were out there doing the number one guys in their bullpens last year.
Listen, my point is
the number ones are and then you're going to go find the next best guy.
My point is if you know the Mets and you know the history of the Mets, you can't be doing things like jumping up and down on the mound because that is going to happen to you, right? A reliever once got in a cab in Miami.
That's fine, but you're never going to stop any of these things. There's no, don't go celebrate after this. Don't go act like this. Don't just go act however you were going to act normally. Act differently. No, it doesn't work that way.
What's the lore? I get it. Play for your country. Play for country.
No, I understand that. They do. They want to put on that uniform. They feel pride for it.
Yeah, but what
you do too. And if you had the option to say, listen, we're going to go give you a USA baseball uniform. You're going to go play and go win a champion. You're going to.
Okay, so what if they say you're playing at Save a Little League field? You're representing USA. You're playing a couple guys from
I'm for all of
Canada.
it. I'm for the Olympics. I'm for all of that.
Olympics is different.
It's about timing.
The Olympics is different.
It's about timing. You can't just squeeze this in and say now. And listen, honestly, we're talking about something that wasn't even a baseball injury. This didn't happen playing baseball.
Makes it even worse. Which makes it even worse.
This is just a random freak occurrence of a guy rolling whatever. You know how many steps that they walk down every single day, up and down, little concrete steps. This can happen at any single moment in and out of the clubhouse.
What percentage of people in this country you think could tell you who won the last World Baseball Classic?
In this country?
Yeah, less than 1%. Baseball fans.
Less than 1%.
Okay, what about percentage in Puerto Rico?
I don't even know who won.
No, I know you don't. I don't either. I have no idea.
In Puerto Rico?
Do they play it every 2 years? Do they play it every 4 years? I don't even know.
If Puerto Rico won, it would be 100%.
Okay, if they won.
I'll put it that way. I don't know who won, so I'm not going to say. Either. If I knew who won, I could tell you. Puerto Rico. No, if they didn't know, it's like 50%.
I don't even think it's that high.
No, I'm telling you.
Okay, so fine.
MLB's got reach into all those countries. They have a lot of international stuff going on. It's the only reason they're doing this.
Yeah, but why do
it's
the
not
stars
just for money
have
for
to play?
jerseys and whatever. No, they are just trying to keep those fans engaged. Those fans don't have a commitment to the Mets. They have a commitment to players. They have a commitment to their own country. So they actually just form teams that these fans have a commitment to.
No, they have commitment. They're fans of teams. They don't have a home city.
But they become it based on my player guy. You're right. A lot of them do. They come, a lot of them do.
Like somebody.
But not, it isn't just like, everybody from Puerto Rico likes the Yankees or everybody from Puerto Rico likes the Cardinals. Right. It's, MLB is trying to get on to, attach themselves more because they have a very big international market.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, okay, I get a lot of people compare it. Well, then the World Cup doesn't matter. Listen, the World Cup's been around forever. The World Cup is bigger than what's bigger, the World Cup or the Premier League? Now, and also is, like, if Messi tears his knee up during the World Cup, are the people in Argentina that are fans of his club team, are they all upset? Like, because Mets fans are now,
the World Cup
we've had it. We don't want
the World Cup is the primary goal for these guys. Whereas this is a secondary goal for everybody. They can tell you all they want after this injury that, this is more important to me than even playing for my country, just as important as winning a World Series for.
And I had a buddy of mine from work.
Playing for the Mets is the number one.
Arguing with me today on Facebook. He was arguing with me about how great it is. He's going tonight. I guess tonight's the game. He's going tonight.
Well, baseball class.
Yeah. Whatever. NCAA tournament. That's what we do here.
Where?
I guess in Miami.
Okay.
He was showing me videos of like swarming the streets and everything. So I asked him a simple question. I said, he's a big Yankee fan. I said, would you rather Puerto Rico wins the World Baseball Classic, or would you rather the Yankees win the World Series? And he said Puerto Rico, and I think he's lying. And if he's not...
He is lying.
He's lying, right? So then why would you want to risk it here? Who cares? It's not like something that's like, it's been hundreds of years they've been playing the World Baseball Classic.
Again, I think it's really bad timing of when they're doing it. But I do like the stories of there's a lot of like local guys who are not in the major leagues or on the fringes of being in the major leagues.
That's who
and
should be playing.
Some really good stories to watch. Or guys are even like Matt Harvey pitching
Yes.
for Italy, and they're like, people are like, oh, is he going to get a chance for another ball club? Or, other guys who are hometown guys, like the kid from Israel, like striking out, Manny Machado. That's awesome.
Mike Trout should not be on the USA team. What does he have to prove? Is that going on his Hall of Fame plaque?
It's
World Baseball Classic champion? No, it's not.
It's going to say World Baseball Classic. Closest he came to sniff in the playoffs.
Well, I got Mike Trout's a bad because these are the biggest games he plays in.
He's who it was made for. Guys who we're never going to see.
Yeah, but like Harvey, have Harvey try and get a job. There was a kid who I saw. I heard it in passing. He pitched a good game, a real good game for I think Japan. He got signed by an MLB team right after. That's who it should be for.
I know. I really, these elite guys who are just signed these monster deals and committed their whole lives. And I'll give you even a Mike Trout. Guess what? If you don't have a chance at winning the World Series, you know what, maybe. But when you commit to a team, you're not just committing to the money you did and the team. You're talking to each other guy on that team that your spot was filled with such a big money spot that could have been filled by somebody else. We could have filled those $40 million slots with somebody else who was going to commit to our team. So I think that's where, a lot of the stuff comes from of the should we play or should we not play is, are you fully committed or not? And there's guys like Nimmo and even Cody Senga who went out and had the opportunity to go play for their teams, and they chose not to. And they came out and said, I am committed to the Mets and to win a World Series primarily, and everything else is just in the rearview mirror.
I mean, listen, luckily this happened now. We got Uncle Steve. They can buy their way out of it if they have to. You
the
find
stock
somebody.
market's on the way down. I don't know.
Well, he's not in those. He's not in those tech banks.
It's not like that.
No, he's not in the tech.
He's
banks.
like the guy making money right now.
Yeah, he's
he's probably making a killing right now.
You know what's crazy about that is like back when there was a run on the banks, like people would have to go to the bank and withdraw their money. Now the run on the banks happens in 30 seconds because everyone just does it electronically.
Yeah,
and that's what screwed that. But that's for another show.
Find out that there's no such thing as real money anymore. We'll get into that.
So listen, this is what it took to get us to talk about the World Baseball Classic. I refuse to talk about it. And you know what? If you say you're a fan of World Baseball Classic, forget it. You're lying because you can't tell me. And also, what's with Team Italy? Listen, Team Italy clearly can't field the team, okay? Because they have Americans on the team who are Italian or who haven't had an Italian citizen in their family in 3-4 generations.
That's been going on forever. Piazza's been playing for Italy since back in
But this hasn't been going on forever. No, the 90s, the World Baseball Classic was not around in the 90s. It was like the end of Piazza's career. I don't even. Yeah, he played. I think he came back after retirement.
I think that whenever that was, he did. Did you see they have the
espresso machine? You don't even bring up the espresso machine. I'm sick to my stomach.
No, I just like espresso in general.
Nobody's drinking espresso. Right? They threw it in there just to have this.
No, they.
Piazza's the manager.
Honestly, I think it's just an effective tool that baseball should implement.
So
the espresso machine.
So enough of that. So. NCAA tournament. We have. I had Arizona in a bunch of my brackets, winning the whole thing.
Wait. USA Venezuela 7 p.m. on Fox tomorrow.
Is it on Fox?
Fox.
Good luck. You're going up against the second round.
Deportes.
You're going up against the second round of the NCAA tournament. Come on. And people even if you don't watch basketball, you watch the NCAA tournament. And that game yesterday with. Right off the bat, it was the first of all, if you're watching the video, if you're not watching the video, it'll be on YouTube. Here's the trophy for everybody that entered the brackets. How great is that, Brett? I said the Stanley Cup, and everybody laughed at me.
It's actually got weight to it too. So it's like you think it's going to be no.
You will get that sent to you. You got to come to the studio and pick it up.
I'm hoping it stays in house.
Yeah, it's not going to stay in house. I had Arizona.
I'm not worried about you.
I've never won.
I got this.
I played bracket pools since we were in 6th grade. Every year, multiple pools, $20 here, $20, whatever it is. I have never won one. I had one shot. I was down to the championship game against my father. I think it was UNC or Duke and somebody. It was 2-3 years ago. Lost.
Cash every year.
I can't. Never. I cashed that year because second place they usually give you your money back. Well, no, what it was I lost, but because I lost, I went down. Either way, I didn't win. We also got the brackets over here. If you see them here behind us, covering up our Locked Up Sports banner. We got the brackets. We're going to fill those in. Iona was giving UConn a fight. Pitino, in his last game at Iona here, as it looks like they're down now 21 with 2 minutes left, so you could advance UConn in your brackets. But that Virginia, you know what Virginia, talk about Virginia. They are just bad in the tournament. They were the first 16 team to lose. They were the first 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed. Then they missed the tournament. Then last year they were out in the first round, and then this year they have a lead. And you know what? Give who was it?
Furman.
Give Furman all the credit in the world.
Number 13.
They're down a point. They're down 2 points with about 12, 13 seconds left, and we just played the clip coming into the show. They were down 2 points, and rather than foul right away, what they did was they trapped them. They trapped them.
You got to get the ball over half court.
And they caught the guy in the corner. Because most teams a lot of time would just foul. They caught the guy in the corner. What he did was he panicked, right? He was about to fall out of bounds, so he threw it, hoping he could just run out the clock by throwing it down the court.
You may have seen his guy on the other end did not notice that there was just, the other team was standing right in the middle.
And it was still 4 seconds. And you know what? Furman even panicked a little bit too much, too. He didn't need to take that shot from 12 feet behind the three-point line.
No.
I mean, they couldn't get the defense set, so it was open, but...
No, but he got a clean look.
Oh, yeah, he buried it. But that was like a long NBA three. That was, give him credit. So Furman, and then the other one was
Princeton knocking off Arizona.
Princeton, like you said.
And your whole bracket crashing to the ground, Bob. How'd that go?
They just outsmarted them, Brett. They outsmarted them.
Princeton. That's how it goes.
I mean, and you know what? I should have known better. Those Ivy League teams, they shoot, right?
Should've.
And I hate it's not anything, but they're white kids who can shoot. Is what those Ivy League teams are. They always are. Harvard has won a game. Princeton has won a couple.
That's a big crushing win over Arizona, who a lot of people had going deep into this tournament.
And then Houston got a scare last night as well.
I know.
Houston got a scare. They were losing.
And they've had a couple rough goes lately, so they're one to watch out for.
And then today you had Xavier, a Big East team, down with like 15, 20 points. They stormed back. 20,
to Kennesaw State.
And
they ended up coming back, Xavier, and taking that game. But,
Kennesaw State went they had like a 7 minute drought without scoring a point. Today, the theme of today's tournament game so far, up to this point, and what it's now, 6:30, whatever it is, 7 o'clock, has been bad shooting. There was Iowa State at like 28 points with 7 minutes left in the game against who? Creighton?
Yeah.
Against Creighton. They came back and won. So, right now you got Iona's about to lose. There's 50 seconds there.
You got up big.
Then they take their break. They come back for the night session, everybody.
Did you mention Penn State over Texas A&M?
Penn State beat Texas A&M. Yeah, that's not a huge upset. Penn State's a good team. Penn State's a good team. But what you had was tonight you have Providence. Love Providence. I love Providence. I don't think they're going to win. I picked them to win because I love Providence and I love the coach. Kentucky. That's going to be an interesting game. You got Miami and Drake, which is the 12-5, which everybody loves, okay? And then you got, let's see, what else is tonight? You got
Kansas State, Montana State, Indiana, Kent State.
Yep, you got
TCU, Arizona State. That's a big, the 11-6 matchup.
TCU.
Arizona State. We'll see if they can.
Arizona State to play. Yep, and then but that the two games I'm watching is going to be you're going to get you got Gonzaga, Grand Canyon. Listen, that should be a walkover right there. Grand Canyon's they make the tournament and Grand Canyon never wins. Yeah, well, but they always get draws like that. FAU Memphis is another interesting game. FAU in Boca Raton, right in my old stomping grounds, Brett. FAU. They had a good football team. They were all right. Indiana, Kent State is a 12-4 matchup. Indiana better watch out. I like Kent State in that one. So it's basically the tournament's been just what the tournament is. It's a wild scene. And tell me what you told me before, because this is why I don't win these brackets. How do you got to win the brackets? Because
oh yeah, everybody thinks that you got to go and pick, and go and pick the upsets early, and it's really not. You got to lock yourself in to pick whatever teams you think are going to be in that Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, and if you can, pick a good chunk of those, that's it. It doesn't matter if you won one game early and got an extra 2 points. It's it's all about winning those last 2 or 3 rounds. Yeah, and if you have every team in those last 2 or 3 rounds, which tends to be some
Top
pretty
seeds,
high
top seeds, yeah.
pretty high seeds.
The lowest seed to ever win was Villanova, and they won as an 8 seed. That's the lowest seed to ever win. So now, usually you're going to have a 1, 2, or 3 in the Final Four. We've had some outliers with Butler and VCU and Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah, but when you get to there, nobody else has that anyway.
Nobody has
If you
it.
went
You're
out,
right.
the problem is if you went out on a limb and did it and said, "This is my,
Then
my
good
number
for you.
13
Then you deserve
team."
to win.
Right, but you did it, and you did it on a totally different end of the bracket. The fact that you think you did that and the rest of your bracket was in such good shape, because that one thing isn't going to get you there. You also
you
have to
did
have
it.
every other team has to be there also.
Because everybody does
the
a
only
random
benefit you
bracket.
get is if you have the outlier. But that's so almost impossible
Yeah,
at this
so,
point.
so next year, when you're filling it
Bottom
out.
line, rock chalk. Good philosophy.
You're right. And you know what? You're right. You're right. Because the 1 seeds always get through to the first round, except for
Do
Virginia.
4 brackets, rotate the top ones.
And the one that
you're going to win.
And you're right. The
You're
one
going
that
to get
you,
in the money. You're just going to get enough back to play next
the
year.
one that you put VCU in the Final Four is going to be the one where you put all the randoms in and you lost all the rest of them.
you
Yeah,
missed
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're like,
That's
oh,
it, folks. That's
listen, Golden. No way I can lose. I got Furman State yesterday. No way I can lose. Furman done.
You better.
I had Furman going 3 more rounds, so if that happens, there's no way I'm losing.
No, if listen, if something like that
It's just
happens,
not.
then there's no way. Then you don't lose. Then you don't lose. So we got the tournament. We got it on right here. Did I say Happy St. Patrick's Day, Brett?
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
We got our green on. I got my
do.
famous green Four Seasons landscaping shirt. The big press conference, Trump press conference. Brett, where's your green?
This is green.
No,
green?
no,
Totally green?
no. That's not green.
This is definitely green. I mean, there's only.
No, that's that.
It's not
That's
Irish green.
No,
Did not wear it because of St. Patrick's Day. It just happens to be.
it's not green. First of all,
What color could you possibly? What color is it then?
It's a shade of blue,
It's like.
gray. It's not green. It's not green.
Oh, it's a
This
shade.
is green. This is St. Patrick's Day, right? This right here. Green, big, bold green. Are you even Irish? Because I'm first generation
No.
American.
No, I'm Italian.
Oh, it's even worse. You playing for the
Yeah.
Italian team? You playing
Yeah.
for PI? No wonder you're talking about the espresso
What did
machine.
you missed that.
I played I played a lot of baseball and a lot of softball with you,
Yeah.
Brett. Never once have I seen an espresso machine in the dugout or you with an espresso.
I've definitely shown up to a softball game with a Starbucks at least.
Does
that count?
If you ask me who I played baseball and softball with, or that would show up with a
Yeah.
cup of coffee,
I know.
McGordy.
Yeah, McGordy.
He would be the one that would show up with a cup. He'd be in the outfield drinking a cup of coffee.
But yeah, it would
Mountain
be
Dew.
Little Duncan.
So, Brett, you made a proclamation last week that would be the last time when we signed off. That would be the last time we signed off without Brett Favre. Brett Favre I did it
Nice.
again.
Yeah, you would say
without
all that.
Aaron Rodgers as a New York Jet.
Is it?
He is not a Jet.
you
He's
sure?
one step closer. He's one step closer. He's not a Jet.
He said he's a Jet.
The Jets a whole. The Jets.
I
are
heard
not
him
playing-
say it. I heard him say he's a Jet.
He said he wants to be a Jet. Now the Jets are playing a dangerous game.
I also want to be a Jet.
They're playing. I thought you wanted to play in the World Baseball Classic.
For the Jets.
Now the Jets. Okay, so now the Packers said we want 2 first rounders, right? Is that what they said?
Well, honestly, it all comes down to they want that 13th pick in the draft, and the Jets want nothing to do with giving it up. They would be. I don't know what the other numbers
then have
are.
fun with Zach Wilson as your quarterback.
No. Matthew Stafford is the next one in line.
No. But why Matt?
He's being
I
traded.
haven't
He's
even heard
traded.
Matthew Stafford. Where did this come from? What is it?
You didn't know?
No.
I didn't. This wasn't in the prep.
No. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
What, he wants out of
If
the
it
Rams?
falls through, there's a
Oh,
thing.
come on with this. You know what it's turning into? The transfer portal. The NFL quarterback carousel is turning into the transfer portal.
Plan B.
He
Stafford.
just left the Lions. Won a Super Bowl. Now he wants out.
King of New York.
I can't wait till Tom Brady decides he's coming back. Plays for Miami.
Stafford jersey coming in.
Stafford's a good quarterback. Stafford's borderline Hall of Famer.
I honestly think the Jets end up not having to give up this 13th pick. They want a lineman so bad. They want an offensive lineman so bad. I truly believe that they end up holding on to that pick and getting something similar to the Favre way they did it. Not in the same, not that kind of a small deal, but a conditional pick where if the Jets go on and make the playoffs, go into a few rounds, that it could be one or possibly even, one first rounder next year or possibly even 2 first rounders, because those aren't going to be nearly as good as the 13th pick.
Okay, so now
So it's one thing to say here's the 13th this year. Next year's number 1 might be the 27th pick.
So here's the thing. Most Jets fans, I'm coughing, I'm dying over
Also, Corey Davis is heading over to in the package.
He gave he's already given the Jets a list of who he wants.
No, but Corey Davis is on the Jets receiver that is going to go to Green Bay. Just watch. He's going.
So here's the thing. The Jets are playing a dangerous game of chicken here, right? Because if you don't get him, now I guess Matthew Stafford.
It worked out. It already worked out. Alan Lazard just signed a 4-year deal. Let me tell you, Alan Lazard's not signing for the Jets.
What if Green Bay
for
says,
a 4-year deal? If Aaron Rodgers,
we'll just keep him.
Well,
thanks, but no thanks.
Okay. Then you have to, at that moment in May, you have to sign your other quarterback to his rookie deal. The signing bonus comes through.
Not on his 5th year yet.
It comes through. No. In May, you're on for $30 million on him, and then you have $60 million or $58 coming from Aaron Rodgers June 1st. So let me tell you, they can do both. He's leaving. He's leaving.
Okay, now here's another thing. Ready? First of all, most Jets fans are Met fans, right? I happen to not be, but most Jet fans are Met fans. I feel terrible for you and all those people because you got the Aaron Rodgers news. Not even 10 hours later, the Diaz is being wheeled off the field on this. So that's that. Secondly, you're the Jets, right? You know that you're the Jets and the Jets luck they have and the quarterback luck they have. Why bother playing hard to get with the 13th pick? Give them the damn pick and get it over with.
I think
don't play games with this.
The Jets have proven
that they have bad luck with quarterbacks.
That they're pretty good with these picks, and I think they realize how important it is, and I think they know what they want, and I think they know. You know what? I think they if they feel strongly enough where right now that's what's on the fence.
Picks are like prospects, Brett. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. Picks are like prospects.
No, you're going to get an offensive tackle that can play on day one.
Javanian Clowney.
If he's good, how great he is, does he become great? We don't know, but let me tell you, if you can get...
Or he turns out to suck. Clowney was a number 1 pick 4 years ago. He just got released from his second team. You never know.
You're definitely right, but I am all for giving less. I'm all for giving less, waiting around for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or right up until the draft, if that's what it is, because if the draft goes by,
now listen,
that 13th pick's gone.
Now listen, I'm somewhat playing devil's advocate because what I think would happen is if they play hard to get with the you're not getting the pick, if the Packers go, you know what, fine, we'll keep them, then the Jets will say, okay, you can have the pick. That's what I think is good. Will happen because you can't let Aaron Rodgers slip through your fingers.
I'm okay with it either way. I don't know how long I'm okay with it dragging on for. But I'm okay with hanging around for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it working out where we don't have to give up that pick.
Are you okay taking it into June? Or are you going to start
if we end up giving up the pick? No. I don't want to give it up into June at all.
No, if you give up the pick, you're going to get Rodgers. That's what it's going to... Because that's what they say they want.
I don't want it to drag and then still give it up. You know what I mean? It's one thing if you say we're going to drag it on and we get
so you want them to hold their ground, even if Green Bay's forget it.
No, it depends. Who knows how big it is? It could be like the deals are so shady these days. It's ridiculous how far the different.
It's really not.
The disparity is.
The picks, each pick is they have a system. Like each pick is given a value.
That number 1 pick just went for way overvalued the other day. It went for 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and an all-pro guy. So that right there blew everything else out of the water. Whereas Brett Favre years ago was a 5th-round conditional draft pick.
But you could say that's an outlier.
Which one's the outlier?
The one that
they're both outliers, kind of.
The Bears. Yeah, but you're saying it's going to become the new standard, right? They just changed the markets.
No, I just think right now that's the last thing you saw, and that's what you know is the last thing you saw. And they want, and then you look at Russell Wilson. You go back and you go, oh my God. And now the problem is that's great. They got a ton of compensation, but the guy ended up sucking. And you took on all the money.
That's
and this is already happening. This isn't he's coming back to Green Bay. It's happening.
So what did Stafford say? Does he want out? I missed this. What did it say?
I don't know. Some random guy on the top of Twitter just popped up.
Yeah, but he's got a blue check mark.
And now we're talking
he's got a blue check mark. So I know.
Dove Kleinman reports.
Oh, it is Dove Kleinman. Dove Kleinman. Nobody knows who Dove Kleinman is. Do you know the story behind Dove Kleinman? I'll tell you later.
Yeah, Packers indeed want a first-round pick and more in order to trade for Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers.
so good. Jets should just give it to him. It's not outrageous. It's not outrageous, right? Is it outrageous?
It's not outrageous. I want you to have next year's one.
Brett Favre was past his prime.
I want to pass the buck. I want to push it to when, or that one is the 20 in the 20s. Not
Oh, yeah,
the 13.
of course you want to.
I know, that's the debate. It's no problem. You can have 2 ones.
But don't compare it to Brett Favre. Brett Favre
2045.
Brett Favre was past.
I'm not. I'm just saying that.
Not
that's
first
so
of all,
far
Brett
up.
Favre's not as good as Aaron Rodgers.
No, I don't believe he is either.
And second of
And
all,
especially at that point in his
at that
career.
point in his career, yeah.
Although even after he 9-2, top record in the NFL, tore his bicep. Okay.
Yep.
And at that point was out. The next year, ready? The Jets don't bring him back.
No, they got Vinny, right?
No, he brings Minnesota to the NFC Championship game.
I know.
So let's not write out Brett Favre's end of his career just because he didn't win the Super Bowl.
No, but I'm saying
those
on
2
the level.
years were no, he's not at all. Which means he does deserve more. He deserves a first-round pick. Just don't want it to be this one and more.
You, as a Jets fan, you should not be greedy. And I want the pick too. Take the quarterback.
I'm a gambler.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that. The Jets fans are good.
What are we going to do? Oh, great. We got Edwin Diaz. How'd that work out? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I put it all on red, Brett. I put it all on
I
red.
want
And
him-
black doesn't come up. Green
And you know
comes
what?
up.
Aaron Rodgers is like, you know what? I want you to have me and an offensive lineman also. Hold out.
Yeah, he wants OBJ. OBJ was on his list.
No, he wants an offensive. Forget OBJ. He's got Alan Lazard. He's got his guy there. He's got Garrett Wilson.
I'm just telling
He's
you the
got a
list I
good
saw.
crew going right now.
So I don't know. I think you're playing with fire. Just give him the damn pick and get him on your team ready. Now does he? I know that Joe Willie said that he could give Ware his number. I know if I was a Jets fan, I'm not. So I'm going to ask you because my opinion really doesn't matter. Since I'm not a Jets fan, I wouldn't want Ware. He can't wear that number, right?
When you go into the darkness, you come out. It's not. You don't even pick a new number. You have a new number.
He said when he was
he given this number is in his brain now. It's over.
He said when he went into the darkness, he was 90% sure he was going to retire. He came out of the darkness and he wanted to be a Jet.
You know what? 13's good. You know what's better than 13? One better, 14.
Are you what number? Are you going to give him? Would you
12,
would you be okay
13,
with him wearing
15.
Namath's number? Would you be okay with it?
No,
I
I
wouldn't.
want it
I wouldn't.
separate. I
Okay,
want it.
good.
No, I'm not okay with it.
No, you shouldn't
We
be.
got
You shouldn't
nothing else in this world but Namath. It's the only thing we got.
Now Rodgers automatically becomes the best quarterback in franchise history when a second he's traded, right? Because he is. He's better than Namath.
No, you can't say that. You can say the best guy that's ever been on the roster, but he's not the best quarterback in franchise history. That happens later.
He's got to win just so he's got to win. Okay, that's a fair.
He can be the worst. He can very well be the worst quarterback in franchise
Pretty bad.
history.
They had what's his name? Streffler.
He is right now. Listen, right now it goes Namath, Vinny Testaverde, Pennington, Mike White, Strevler.
That's a terrible. Vinny Testaverde is your second. I mean, you might be right about that. I'd have to look.
I would actually
Ken O'Brien.
personally, I would put Chad Pennington as like my favorite. Of all
Okay,
time.
that's fair.
I just
Chad
love
Pennington
Chad.
was good.
So
He was good.
if you're gonna, and there's an Ivy League guy. For
No, he's not. He's Marshall.
All right, you're right. Rhodes. I apologize. I apologize. Rhodes Scholar.
Rhodes Scholar. Yeah, he's a smart guy, not Ivy Leagues. But come on, Brett. You can't say he's your best quarterback, favorite player, and then get the college wrong.
University of Phoenix.
Oh, man. The Fry. How do you not know Marshall? I was going to ask you, too. I was going to make a comment about the plane crash and something, and oh, man. Bad job, Brett. Bad job.
Bad
Brett's
job.
too busy watching the World Baseball Classic. He can't even keep up on his favorite football players.
I've seen one highlight, and it was Edwin Diaz's knee getting blown out.
So, now we got the Knicks, Brett, the Knicks. We were all in on the Knicks. Now we just went almost 40 minutes here. Mentioned Knicks.
Listen, things are happening.
No, they're not. You're looking up on your computer right now.
No, I'm saying other than the Knicks. No. Well,
no, you're right.
No, other than the Knicks. Well, the Knicks they started dropping games ever since that game.
They started dropping games.
Since their streak, and then they dropped a game versus the Hornets. They went on the West Coast. They had a very rough early start to that West Coast.
They had a couple big wins, though. They beat the Lakers.
No, but early they went and lost the first, whatever it was, 3 games, 4 games. And you're right. They ended up coming back and beating the Lakers, LeBron-less Lakers, but they were streaking going into that game.
Yeah. That's because the Knicks. Listen, we all got excited. I'm guilty of it too. We all started putting the Knicks in the 4 seed. Let's go ahead and forget about the 5 seed. We got the 5 seed. Make them the 4 seed. They're not the 4 seed.
It took them about 3 days to learn how to play without Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, well, it took him a couple games. His value is what you did.
Yes, and someone's got to take over, and if it's it was.
But Randall was out of control the last couple games with Brunson before he got hurt. We've
learned all this stuff with him. If you just rely on tomorrow he's going to do it again, you're going to lose every other game.
Yeah, he's not.
That's how it's good. You can't rely on.
He has flashes.
If you say no problem, he's going to get every single shot up, and if it doesn't go well today, we lose. That's not a game plan for a team who's going to win the series. But you just need to get through. You almost do want to just go 500 along this route until Brunson gets back and we can get healthy.
Yeah, I mean, well, when is Brunson scheduled to come back? Because right now the Knicks.
Honestly,
look it up.
I don't know about the second one, but I got it.
The Knicks said now they're in fifth, right? They're 2.5 games clear the Nets in sixth, and that's what I say. You got to listen. Fourth, fifth, it's not a big deal. You got to stay in that 4-5 though. You can't drop the 6 because then you get the Sixers.
They're saying he could be back tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow they got an afternoon game. Denver at the Garden. Listen, let them come back. Let them start winning. The Knicks is there. 9 games over 500. That's about where they're probably going to be. Okay. Oh, Brett, look at behind us. The whole thing fell.
There goes the bracket.
The brackets are busted. So the Knicks, they got to just keep the Nets at an arm's distance here, and you got the Heat behind them a game and a half. So they're 2.5 clear of the Nets. They're 3.5 clear of the 7th seed Heat. You want to stay in that 4-5. It looks like they will, because especially if Brunson comes back, he might take a game or two to get going, but he'll be okay. The top of the conference is, I mean, you got the Celtics and the Bucks going back and forth. Bucks at 50 wins, Celtics at 48 wins, and then the Sixers right there too at 46. You're not beating any of those 3 teams in a 7-game series. You're just not. Yep. They're not there yet. So stay away from them. Get a series win, and you'll be all right. As far as the Rangers go. Big game last night. Big win last night for the Rangers. Okay, it was a back and forth game. Pittsburgh, they were playing. Rangers had a 3-2 lead. I'm sorry, Rangers had a 2-1 lead. Third period, mid to late third period. Pittsburgh tied it, and then Kreider with a big goal. And Kreider is starting to score goals again. They're playing better. Rangers were scaring me there for a while. Shesterkin couldn't stop a nosebleed as what's his face said in the Can't Wait video.
Can't wait.
Can't stop a nosebleed.
Bart Scott.
Bart Scott, that's it. And they've now been playing better. They got a lot of home games.
Didn't Kane have a big goal the other night?
Kane had a goal the other night. Kane had
goal?
Big
Average goal?
More than
excited. I heard the Garden was rocking based on a guy who was there.
Listen, the Garden's full.
Like it was rocking.
The Garden's full every night.
Should have seen the Garden when Kane scored. He was at the gym. He's like, he wears his Ranger hat every day.
Because he was there.
Proud.
He doesn't go to games.
He was like,
listen, it's hard to go to these Ranger games. They want $200 to get in the building on a Tuesday night.
He's like, you've never heard of the Garden rock so hard.
Stop. He's never been to a big game at the Garden then, because the Garden didn't rock like that. Last night it was rocking. Last night was an exciting game, back and forth.
Thick beard.
They had a 2-1 lead.
Old Ranger hat's got a lot of use on it.
Yeah, he might be,
pretty.
So they played well last night. Okay, they was back and forth. They had a 2-1 lead. They gave the lead up right back. Kreider got the lead. There goes the brackets. Full brackets gone.
Brackets busted.
They have Arizona winning on that one. So
Stella's down there.
Oh yeah, did it hit her?
Yeah, she's just licking her paws.
So what else? Do we have anything else? Do you have anything else you want to add, Brett? Playing for the trophy, folks. You're playing for the trophy.
Yeah.
ESPN keep up on the brackets.
Already. Listen, baseball season. Real baseball's around the corner.
Real baseball. Stop. You've been defending the World Baseball Classic.
If you go listen to the videotapes,
we'll give an update here on the status of the Locked Up Sports tournament. Who's in the driver's seat? I don't even know who's in it. You know who's in it? Who I haven't heard from since last year? The random guy who won it last year.
That's funny.
PA Art or something is his name. I'm going to look right now.
It's probably like a bot.
He's on Twitter. So I got 2 brackets in. I'm in 13th place and 20th place. My Arizona bracket's in bad shape. The max I could get is 1,100.
Drew Hood's in first.
Drew Hood. You know what?
Share first with 190.
I'm getting a little sick of
And
Drew.
your brother Brian.
I'm getting a little sick of Drew just winning everything. He's got this
Brian.
show rigged.
No, but they all have Purdue. They got no chance.
Purdue's still in it.
No
Purdue
chance.
plays tonight. Purdue hasn't even played yet.
Rob Collins.
Rob Collins, yep.
Rob Collins is in there.
Yeah, so who do we got? We got
Seen him in a
Drew
while.
and my brother Brian. Brian's always in it. Brian's always up there in the money late. And I don't think he's a big college basketball guy.
There's only one other guy in the entire... No, 2 people. Me, you, and your brother that have Houston, and I have Houston. So pretty much if it's
I have Houston.
I
too.
said 3. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, well, me, you, and your brother.
So it'll stay in house if Houston can win.
Houston goes.
And just as a note, because I know they listen, rounding up the bottom dwellers.
Oh, yeah.
We have Jessica McGordy or Jessica Johnson, and we have Brian Johnson, the Birdman. But they're in better shape. You see, they're not in bad shape. The big thing you got to look at here,
That's what I
folks,
said earlier.
is you got to look at the max points that you can get.
Yep.
Because just because somebody had a bad first day, like you said,
Yep.
they're not out of it. They probably still have all their Sweet 16 teams, and that'll keep you in it, and that'll keep things rolling
No,
with
but
you.
if you're like Bob and you picked Arizona to go all the way, that's
Out,
that.
out.
That's that.
I'm in 13th
Don't
place.
even watch that bracket.
No, that bracket's out, and I have that bracket entered into money pools too. It's the same. You know what? It's always the same. If I make it,
You're still gonna look at it.
if I make
You're gonna
it
look at it like you're gonna pop it open and look and be like,
if I make it to tonight,
Dumb.
usually if I make it to Friday or Saturday night with like 14 of my Sweet 16 teams left, I'm happy. Because it just, the bottom fell out yesterday, that bracket. And I have that in a couple money pools and stuff too. So we'll see. So enjoy the basketball tonight. Listen, about Diaz, if you want to talk about it, I'm here for you. I want to talk about it too. I need people to talk to about this. And Brett is not any help for me.
I don't want to talk
He's been no help. I'm not watching it. If you watch the World Baseball Classic tonight, you need to switch over to the basketball. It's just so much better. Forget about it. All right, baseball starts after. That's how it goes, Brett. It goes in a chronological order.
Yeah.
Sports, Super Bowl, NCAA tournament,
Diaz's knee,
opening day,
Yeah.
and then we're into the summer.
lose Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, come on, folks. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
You can't change it up now. And don't tell me the World Baseball Classic in the 90s. Get the hell out of here with that. So that's going to do it for us. Enjoy the basketball. Enjoy everything. Have a good week. I will talk to you Sunday night, possibly Monday morning. We'll release it depending on my work schedule. We'll go over full NCAA tournament weekend. We'll get you set up for the Sweet 16 on my weekend wrap-up show. For Brett Grasso, I'm Bob Walters. We'll see you next week, everybody. See ya.